My education was entirely in India. I did my MBA from MDI Gurgaon. I was born in Delhi. Always been a very, very good student, only because my mom was very strict with me and I had to cram up the textbooks. Trust me, I don't. If you ask me to apply Pythagoras theorem today, I don't think I can. But nevertheless, I used to stand first in my class. Due to some personal issue, I had a gap year after my 12th. And that was really, as a student, the first setback, like you always come first, you get that external recognition and validation, and suddenly you have a gap year and everyone is asking, oh, what happened? Like, why are you not, what college are you going to? There's no concept of gap years, right? Yeah. So anyways, after my MBA, I joined Merrill Lynch in the finance department for a very short time. And then my parents decided to move to the US, to New York. So I had no choice but to move. So I worked here for 6 months and then I moved there. And once I moved to the US, I got very intrigued by finance and investments. So much so that I decided to join one of the largest pension funds in New York. They manage 100 billion GM Asset Management. And since I really did not have investments experience in India, I could not straight away move on to in an investment banking role. But I decided to work my way to it. So the first 3 years I worked there in a modeling role, and I also did my CFA degree, which is a 3-year course, and it's supposed to be pretty difficult. I think that's the first time in my life I studied something because I know that I wanted to apply it. So after 3 years, I moved on to an investments role, and I had a very good and successful stint there. I used to manage about $250 million as a part of the US long-only portfolio. Had a great experience there until my son was born. So my son is now 4 years old. He was born in 2014, and really, if you ask me, when did the idea of baby destination come to my mind, and from where to where, like how did that transition happen? It was because of my experiences with my son. So I realized that being a first-time mother is the toughest job ever. You could be coming first in your class, you could be the best investment banker in the world. I was selected to even go to Harvard, where I went for a leadership program. You could do all that. But once, that little 20-inch person comes to you, it's like the whole sort of everything revolves around, how to bring that person up. They're so dependent on you, right? So based on my experiences, I realized that there is a very, very strong need for an all-inclusive community that connects mothers, where they can share their experiences. It's really, some of them are like life-changing decisions, right? Because when a baby is crying for a mother, no matter what, you may say that, so many kids are born every day, we all have been brought up, what's the big deal? But trust me, it is a big deal, right? It's the biggest life event that happens. So that was really the thought, where the thought started. So 2015 March is when I started thinking on these lines. And 2015 April was when my mother was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in the US. So that was sort of, the first. Of course, my entire focus changed. I was just focused on taking care of my mom and bringing her, sort of back, right? It's a stage 3 cancer. No one in my family has ever had cancer. So from then, for the next 12 months, I was in New York. And at first I thought, let me not. It was an idea. I had started doing research, but I'm all focused here. But then I thought, let me just utilize this time. I'm mostly taking care of her, but let me do a lot of research, right? So 2016, she was completely cured. And I first of all had to convince my husband that I really want to do this, and I want to do this in India, because I realized what a huge need it is in India. There's a huge need gap. In the US, it's still different. Like, there's access to all information, resources. In India, a lot of moms don't even know what a breast pump is. They start giving cow's milk at 2 months, which could be fatal for the child. So that's, so I tried to speak to my husband, who's also an investment banker, and he bought into the idea. So that's why I say, in my life, I've always gotten support from the men around me. And then 2016, we moved to India. let me just go through a couple of setbacks, right? So my whole idea was that this should be a tech-enabled community, where we can reach. So today I'm talking about a number of 6 million, but it's still pretty much in tier 1 and metros. I wanted to create really this borderless community where we can impact beyond tier 1 as well, right? Really go to where the need is the deepest, right? And there should be no constraints of language, region, and all that could have only been possible at the back of technology and data. And that's my background also, right? All my career I've really used data to do something meaningful. Not having a tech background, we spent the first 4 to 5 months trying to build like a very good data platform which would personalize content, information from others. Since we didn't have the background and we had never really worked in India, we had outsourced this. After 5-6 months, we realized that whatever was built was a complete waste. So we put in our own money, we tried to build a tech platform. It was a complete waste. Now what do I do then, right? And at the same time, people are like, oh, you moved from New York, what are you doing? What is a community? What does it even mean? So I think when someone said this before that, you need to be crazy to do your own thing, that's very true. What does content mean? अच्छा blog तो आप वहाँ से भी लिख सकते हो. Like, what are you trying to do here? So anyway, we didn't take that as a setback. Instead, what we started doing was, we said, let's figure out how can we build a community on places where moms already are, right? So we started doing a whole research, and the result of which was we found out that most of the moms today who have access to smartphones spend time on, there are 2 platforms where they spend most of their time here, right? One is Facebook and one is WhatsApp. So I know research studies show that, but I spoke with over 300 moms, right? I like, when do they access it, right? Anytime they do it, that's where they consume news, that's where they consume, social information. So we said, let's start building a community there. Until we find the right, once bitten, twice shy, right? We didn't want to outsource the tech again. So until we find the right person, let's start doing that. December 2016, our community was 40 moms on a WhatsApp group, 1 Facebook page with like 10,000 followers, a hardly, a bare bones WordPress website with 8,000 moms coming every month. Today, on just Facebook, right, using the pages, the groups, as I told you, we engage 6 million mothers. This is all organic. We don't pay even, it's not like it's the marketing to get people engaged with the content. On WhatsApp, we have a network of 6,000 mothers that are connected in area-wise local communities. We organize offline meetups, and it's not that I organize. There's volunteer moms who've become co-creators of this community. They organize it, right? So we'll organize events just for moms, casually meeting up, or informational workshops, or relevant events like book launches, etc. On our website, we get close to 400,000 moms every month. So that's the footprint of our entire community now, like a little less than 1.5 years. And it's all been organic. And I don't know if you're thinking, but what happened to the tech, right? So of course, we have a CTO now, we have a product manager now. Things work out. It takes time. I don't know when the time is right will something happen, but I'm so glad, looking back, if we would have spent all of our energy building the most kick-ass app, the most kick-ass platform, right, which is doing database recommendations and connecting the community, without understanding the user the way we could, because now we really had to work hard and go to where they are. And it was like, so we are one of the largest, fastest growing organic community, Just few months back, Forbes reached out to us because they wanted to include us in a study that they did for 5 largest organically growing platforms. So anyway, that's where we are. We were bootstrapped for a long time. Last year, we got our funding. But that doesn't mean we're successful. I think we've just gotten started. It's miles to go before we will think of lying down, forget sleeping. So that's the journey with Baby Destination. I'll just quickly tell you about the non-profit, right? Doctors for You USA. So this idea came to me and my husband. It's not an idea, like we always wanted to do something for children, but in 2014 we said, let's do it now. Everyone does it when they're 60, right? We'll donate, we'll help children. We should do it while we are at the peak of our energy, our career, right? Why not do it now? So we identified congenital heart diseases as an area because it's a very high impact area. So these children are born with some sort of a deformity in the heart, right? And a one-time intervention, whether it's a surgery, open heart, non-open heart, can change the trajectory of life, mortality or morbidity. So my son was 8 months old then, when I told everyone, even in my family, that okay, we're going to go to India, do a research, go to small cities. They're like, are you crazy? Like, you know, you're breastfeeding your son, and what if he falls sick, there's an infection? So anyway, our journey started there. 2000, we were registered in the US. We did a whole research. That year, our entire vacation was used traveling back and forth, India and the US. We officially tied up with GB Pant Hospital in Delhi. And 2015 Jan, our first child got operated, and so far we've helped close to 200 children with heart surgeries. And all this effort has been carried out along with our full-time jobs, right, baby destination. So you know, I always say something that when the intent is right, the whole universe aligns to make things happen. And it's true. Like, just reflect. If you reflect back at your life, you'll probably see the same thing. And setbacks are momentarily really bad. They take me down also. Like, there are days, you know, they say entrepreneurship is lonely. It is lonely. It's lonely because who do you go and cry? If you cry in front of people, they're going to be like, okay, why are you doing this? What do people tell me? People till date ask me, why did you actually come to India? Like, why did you come? And when I say baby destination, right, and one part of me wanted to be close to the NGO also because we were operating from there, they still cannot believe it. Like, why? Like, someone in my family asked me, when will you start making the same amount of money that you were making while doing investments? So anyway, that's the journey. And then just few things, right? So these few things I noted down, but quick. First is that just follow your dreams, right? Like, get started. There is nothing worse than having a regret of not doing something, especially if you know why you're doing it and the impact you will create, right? We live once, just get on it, right? And I don't mean just mindlessly, without thinking, jump into something, but do your basic research and then get started. The second thing, there's a reason why everyone says that, you know, having a venture is like having a baby. It's very true. So I have a baby, and I have baby destination, which is my second baby, and I have Doctors for You USA, which is my third baby, right? But it is a baby because you know how you bear a child for 9 months? In this case, sometimes it's longer. Like, I know people who thought of an idea for 5 years before they could take the plunge. And when the time is right, you will take it. But it is like having a baby. If you don't give your 100%, then don't expect it to be the 100% or what it is. So you have to. And that's a choice you have to make for yourself, right? The third thing I would say is, or at least what I do. So I'm not preaching all this. This is just my sort of mantra. Do not look for external validation in the form of things that are not related to your business. PR, publicity, articles, they're all paid. Let me tell you, they are all paid, right? We don't do any paid PR, but you have no idea the amount of pressure that I'm getting from my mentors, from investors, for the right reasons. Because everyone does paid PR. They don't even have a company formed and they do PR. So do not look for external validation. The only validation you need is from your users, because that cannot be paid, right? So that is, the fourth thing I would say is that never, never, never give up. So, you know, the days that you feel low and usually feel the world is coming to an end, trust me, it's not. Think about why you started and what is the impact you'll create if your vision becomes successful. Whether it becomes successful or not, time will tell. I also am a believer in destiny and, you know, karma, but Think about those two things. And remember this, it's only your vision, your confidence and determination which will take it from an idea to a reality. And impact doesn't always mean billion people. Impact could be 10 people. That's for you to decide. Now, having said that, one more thing, keep the checks and balances in place. So you know what is the right yardstick that you should measure your success or progress by. Just do it. It may be a hard-hitting fact, right? So I'm today grappling with how to effectively monetize in my community. It doesn't seem right. I know you all must be thinking you're a funded company. How to do it, right? I was at a Facebook closed group meet the other day, and like, if it is a sustainable venture, how do we monetize, right? A community, the very fact that it's a community means it's information exchange. So I'm able to do that because every month I look at my yardsticks, right? So I know that there is impact being created, but I know what we also need to work on. So do that. That will help you course correct in time before it's, like very late. So the other thing that I would say is that either you succeed or you learn. So small failures are not failures. They are the biggest learning points, right? Look at the compounded effect of that learning. How many of us understand compounded return? A lot of us, right? Just imagine 10 small failures and compound it. It's not 10x. It's way larger than that. So let's just keep that in mind, right? And then eventually success will come. And the definition of that success, again, it's not an external article or in PR. It's your users being happy and you achieving the goals that you've set. And finally, funding does not mean success. Trust me, it does not. It's only getting some fuel in your tank to move from one gas station to the next. What defines success is your users being happy, you seeing the impact, right? And the path to revenue and profitability. It is a business end of the day. Either it should be an NGO. That's why I say I have two ventures, because honestly the way to operate and scale is the same. The difference is in the NGO, there's no returns in terms of money. There's bigger returns in terms of the gratification and what we want to do. And in a business, there's returns in the form of money. But trust me, nothing else is different. You need the teams, work is happening, impact here is measured by the lives we are saving, impact here is measured by the moms we are connecting and helping.
So Tamanna, we can stop here.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Tamanna. So we can have a question answer session round.
Thank you, Tamanna. We have taken 2 leads from you while working. When you are energetic, when you are young, you should think for alternates and giving back to society. That's very good learning for all young people, that don't wait for your retirement. Another very good learning you have given, that while working and while having baby, and you can still keep on going. I think recently I've got 2 more examples, whether they have taken cue from you or somewhere else, I don't know. I've just read the New Zealand Prime Minister has also had a baby during her tenure, and she is going to join after 1.5 months in this week. And another example is of my own family, my niece. She is heading one project in Google, and she is doctorate from Ivy League. When she was planning the baby, it was a kind of mental block to her, but again, tomorrow she is going to join back. And after 4 months, the Google has awarded during this period with 25% extra bonuses to her. So recognitions are there. So we should keep taking good examples and keep continuing with that confidence. Thank you. We would like to facilitate with you.
She's having one question. Can we have that? Yeah, after this.
There are really less female guides, and like I would, it would be a great help if you could just, give a few tips, like top tips, where you think would be beneficial for building community in social platforms, especially, Facebook. And how did you,
So I'll
did it?
quickly, I know I'm out of time, right? Quickly, and then I'm happy to connect offline also. But really start providing useful content. That's the first hook for people to start coming to you organically, and it also builds trust. Right? That's the first level. Once you start seeing traction there, start forming small group of people. It doesn't matter if it's 20, 30, it could be on WhatsApp, it could be on your website. But start identifying your super users, the evangelists, and start forming communities. And you'll see how it grows virally. Like the purpose should be clear, right?